There was a time when Armin had nothing left, no money, no job, no support, and worst of all, no one who believed in him. Every morning, he woke up in a small rented room with cracked walls and a broken ceiling fan that barely worked. The room was hot in summer and freezing in winter. But the real pain wasn't the room. The real pain was the silence. No phone calls, no opportunities, no hope. Just a man alone with his thoughts. Only 2 years earlier, Armin had big dreams. He believed he would build something meaningful. He believed he would make his family proud. But life had other plans. He lost his job without warning. His savings slowly disappeared. His friends stopped answering his calls. Even his relatives began avoiding him. People respect you when you are rising, but they disappear when you are falling. One night, Armin sat on the floor staring at his empty wallet. Inside it, there was nothing but a single old photo of his parents. His father had worked his entire life as a laborer. His hands were rough, his back was bent, but he never gave up. Armin looked at that photo and felt something inside him break. He whispered to himself, "Is this how my story ends?" For a moment, he wanted to quit. He wanted to accept defeat. He wanted to believe what everyone else believed, that he was just another failure. But then something unexpected happened. The next morning, Armin woke up before sunrise. Not because he had to, but because he was tired of being weak. He stood in front of the mirror and saw a man he didn't recognize. A tired man, a broken man, a man who had stopped fighting. And in that moment, he made a decision that changed everything. He said, "No one is coming to save me. No one will fix my life. If I want respect, I must earn it." That day, he didn't wait for motivation. He took action. He started small. He exercised his body, even though he felt weak. He read books. Even when his mind felt tired, he learned new skills. Even when progress felt slow, every day, he forced himself to move forward. Not because it was easy, but because staying the same was worse. Weeks passed. Nothing magical happened. No sudden success. No instant money. Only slow, painful progress. There were days when he failed, days when he doubted himself, days when he wanted to quit again. But he remembered something important. Pain is temporary, regret lasts forever. So he continued, one step at a time, one day at a time. Months later, something began to change. His skills improved. His confidence returned. He found small opportunities, then bigger ones. He worked harder than ever before, not for validation, not for approval, but for himself. Years later, Armin was no longer the same man. He had built his own business. He had earned respect. He had created a life that once seemed impossible. But the greatest victory was not money. It was the man he became. A man who refused to quit. A man who faced pain and kept moving forward. A man who saved himself. And the truth is, every man faces a moment like this. A moment when life tests him. A moment when everything feels impossible. A moment when quitting feels easier than continuing. But that moment decides everything. Weak men quit. Strong men continue. Not because they feel no fear, but because they refuse to surrender. If you are struggling today, if you feel lost, if you feel like nothing is working, remember this: your current situation is not your final destination. You are not finished. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are simply being tested. And one day, if you refuse to quit, this pain will become your power. This struggle will become your strength. This story will become your victory. The man you want to become is waiting for you to begin. Not tomorrow, not someday, today.